Alright guys, good afternoon, 24th of November, it's 2 UK time, 2 London time. My name is Piotr, welcome to our live trading room. Quickly, let's start with quick risk warning. All our services, our live trading room have only educational purpose. Trading foreign exchange, trading FX, on margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. You can sustain a loss of some, all, or even more than your initial investment. So you shouldn't invest the money that you cannot afford to lose. Guys, that's pretty basic risk warning. All right. So we are done with it. Late November, it's getting closer till the end of the year 2014, right? So I would say around 2 weeks left, maybe a little bit more for real trading, and then with lower liquidity, some fireworks are possible closer to the Christmas time, right? But anyway, let's focus on what we have today. The most important thing we have to bear in mind in regards to this week calendar is, unfortunately, just 1 second, is Thursday, Thanksgiving holiday, so it's a bank holiday in US. So what we do expect here in FX Advisor, that we are going to have very low liquidity late Wednesday till the end of the week. So that's our expectation in regards to volume, to liquidity, right? Not necessarily it means that we are going to have boring time. Even more, we do expect some fireworks, end of the month, closing to the end of the year. So market makers, liquidity providers, they have to earn some additional money to collect then some bonuses, right? Yearly bonuses. That's our theory here in FX Advisor. So one more time, we do expect lower liquidity, but not necessarily it's gonna be boring, right? Let's get back to what we are going to have today. So the US cash market will open within next 27 minutes. Okay. 2:45 UK time, we are going to have flash services PMI out of US. All right. Then in the middle of the Tokyo session, we are going to have Mr. Kuroda. All right. And tomorrow morning, of course, we are going to have our live training room. We start at 8 UK time, and 1 hour later we are going to have, before we start, we are going to have German final GDP, but we are going to focus tomorrow on inflation report hearings, so that could be the pound mover. All right. And one more important thing I would like to point out here is some Canadian numbers, upcoming Canadian numbers, guys. That's quite important. Let me show you. Tomorrow, Canadian retail sales expectations are better than last time. Then Wednesday, just one second, let me scroll down a bit. Then Wednesday, it's only in regards to afternoon, it's only US data, but again Thursday and Friday, few important numbers out of Canada. Thursday, that's the current account, all right, and Friday, that's the GDP number, all right. If we are going to take the last inflation number into the consideration, and all of those numbers I've shown you, the expectations are higher than the previous ones, so that could tell us that it could be something in the background in regards to Canadian dollar. So it's worth to watch Canadian dollar, all right, later this week. Now let's start with euro dollar, and that's the monthly chart. And guys, as you can see here, right, I've shown you a few times already, we've got quite a few interesting lines here, and looks like the zone around 2260, 119. That could be the target for bulls. The question is if we are going to see those levels in 2014. Unfortunately, I don't know the answer to that question. But what I'm trying to show you here is the confluence here, right? Those lines. So that's the perfect profit-taking area, perfect target for shorts. 122.60, 119 zone, all right, on monthly chart. How does it look like on weekly? It's slightly different here on weekly. Let me put two blue lines here, all right, 1 second. I'm going to explain you within the second what I mean by that. The second one is corresponding with the monthly, but anyway, all right guys, so that's the zone here where markets start to rise, right, where the place where we took the last supply on the weekly chart. So I'm not surprised that we're trying to bounce actually right now. As you know, we've had into the open, we've had 50%, we stayed short with 50% with half of euro dollar original position, right? But taking into the consideration that we opened the week with the gap down, right? Taking the consideration that market was able to push the prices higher above last week close, and with German index better than expectations, we decided to take the profit around 124.05 area. All right, that was still pretty nice trade. We were short from 25.52, right? With tight stops, so altogether the second half it was like 125. The first one was like 122. So overall, total we grabbed 1, 2, 3, out of this trade risk-reward ratio, right? So basically, what now? I would say, and we do have some lines here. I would say the choppy trading, right, without the clear direction is possible. I wouldn't be surprised at some point to see the final quick slide towards 23, 20, 22, 60, 40 this week, right, and then stronger bounce eventually, as on our charts we publish on our website, right? The euro-dollar analysis, we put on our website the charts from monthly down to 15 minutes chart. And basically, taking this information into the consideration, right? We would like to see stronger bounce. Looks like we hit some base supply zone right now, but what we would like to see, we would like to see a bit bigger rally, right, towards the place where market last time was trying to show this trend, right? So towards 20, the whole zone 24.40, and this one is around 24.70. So what we are looking for is to eventually to see the rally towards, let's say, 24.45, 24.70, right? To see some kind of the hesitation here, and we would like to fade this move again with final target around 22.60. Why do I think that we've got the chance to hit again stops here? Because still that's going to be easy money for market makers, right? Because if someone is long from the very bottom after this gap down, right, we close the gap, retest going higher, so we may create some flag. And as you know, the top of this flag channel, right, that's very aggressive supply zone. And as I mentioned, so we started with monthly chart, right? So basically the final target we've got from the monthly chart, and we are trying to move down to the lower time frames to try to find good entry points for our potential shorts. All right. So basically, that's how it looks on daily. That's the 24.45, right? A little bit higher. One more important thing I would like to point out here is, guys, that we have to know basically on this daily chart where, at what level we may see the completely change the market behavior, where we can see that market may want to change the direction, right? Why I still prefer selling than buying, right? Because that's the move here. We made lower low, right? And from here we made another lower low, right? So basically this top here around 2770 is still active top. So even we are looking to sell around 2445, 2470, right? Still it's possible that we may jump even higher. That's the reason I'm not gonna wait with a limit order to sell at earlier mentioned level, right? I will take the short only if I will get the confirmation, because as long as we are below the top here 2770, right, we may rise even higher and we may see the final move down a little bit later on. All right, so in that case one can argue, all right, so if you consider at some point longs, of course I do, right? But I would like to try to find some eventually smart entries. All right, and basically one of those good entries could be on this stop hunting. And if we are going to see immediately turn around retest, that could be potential entry with 25 plus as a target, right? So that's one of the potential entry. But if we are going from here where we are right now, right? If we are going to see the market is struggling to go higher, then again 124, 45, 70 could be the potential good entry short again. So even if we are going to see good entry point, then we are not going to fall lower towards 2260, but we are going to make turnaround around 2360, 2320, and immediate reverse, right? Basically being short from here, we are in a comfortable situation that we can actively manage our position the same as we did with our previous euro-dollar short, right? Okay, so let's make it a bit bigger. So what about today? What about today? If we can consider something. Guys, it's Monday, right? It's Monday. So what we may want to try to do, we may try to consider this and try to prepare this this type of the channel. And basically taking into the account this high pullback and this high, we can also, yeah, that's true, and it's what I'm gonna to show you. Yeah, give me 1 second. And then we can try to prepare. Exactly, David, you're right. Based on and higher high, higher low, higher high, right? So basically that's another possibility. And yep, any other channel we can put it here. This one especially is quite nice. It's 45 degrees more or less, all right, and actually got the top within the interesting area we were discussing, right? So basically that's what we can do here. Bear in mind, once we are out of this channel, we may see some kind of the consolidation and another run higher, right? Just to trap those sellers when we left the channel. So consolidation and move higher. Yeah, that's what I think may happen. Or right after the open, PMI services, and we may, let's say, weaker number, and we may see this type of the rally. Okay. That's how I see the things here. Now, guys, we were long dollar yen after Friday's sell-off. We closed right at the market open last night. To be honest with you, we were expecting some deeper pullback and then again rise higher. And right now on dollar yen, right before the US data, we are testing some kind of the supply zone here. Well, let's start from higher time frame. All right. So last week here, that was the 5th week in a row of the move higher. All right, and basically it was plus 10% move already, right? Basically, guys, let me provide you with some lines here, right? So last week high, but we are going to make it differently. Just 1 second, please. Sorry about that. So we are going to make the highs slightly different, all right, and the lows, and open and close of last week. So that's gonna be interesting, guys, because last week low is 4 weeks ago high, so that's pretty much 115.50 around, plus minus few pips. That looks like a quite good demand visible here, right? So I wouldn't be surprised for the next few weeks to see some kind of profit taking. some kind of stabilization. If we can think about the stabilization on this cross, that would be help for this market, even if we are going to go higher later on 25 or whatever the analysis you saw already in the internet, right? Some like 150 and blah blah blah. So that would be help for this market. Right now we're trying to recover the Friday losses. We are above the last week Friday open. All right. Like this. And the last Friday low could be quite important as well, right? We can even create 2 days range. That's Thursday high, that's Friday low, right? Some kind of the inside trading as of now. All right, and of course it depends. We may see the rally towards the top, and you can try to fade 119. You can try to buy around 117.30, right? So you may try to develop or predict that market will develop this kind of the range. On the other hand, if you are more aggressive, right, if you are more aggressive, so you are going to watch what's going to happen in between this swing high here, all right, and Friday open. It's where we're trying to push prices higher, right? So as of now, looks like we took out the Friday open. Okay, we're trying to consolidate this move, and we may see continuation towards the high end. We may see some kind of the failure here around the top. Okay. So basically, guys, we have discussed euro dollar and dollar yen. I used to record those two analyses. They're going to be public within few next hours. All right. So I'm gonna to stop recording right now, and we will continue our live trading room with our other tricks. So just of course I don't want to share all those tricks, so that's why, guys, I'm gonna stop recording right now. So from today's session, only euro dollar and dollar yen are going to be available public. All right, so let me stop the recording right now, and let's continue.